What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Game 2 of the Razer MiniMadness Tournament quarterfinals. This is a match between Ehome on the Raid side and DK on the Dire side. And of course, these are probably two of the most well-known, if not the most well-known Chinese teams in all of Dota. But both of these teams are struggling a bit. They want to get into tip-top shape before the International 2, because both are still playing Dota 1 at least at this point in time. I don't know if Ehome is as much. But both teams looking to get a lot of momentum, but unfortunately for Ehome, they did not look very, very powerful in the first game. Really, really questionable drafting, wouldn't you say?
I would agree with that 100%. I think their play was fine. There was no issues with either individual play or team play, but their drafting is going to need some work. So let's see if they'll be able to pick it up for this game.
Yep, so we'll unpause in 3, 2, 1. 44, 45, oh, immediately into the screen as DK up on the Dire side and Ehome off on the Radiant side. So Ehome, they're going to have first pick in this game. We'll see if they decide to ban off the junglers. I think you mentioned in the last game that you expect Chen to be banned because ROTK played a very, very solid Chen, and Chen was just really, really annoying. And once Chen, really solid style playing Chen, get him as much levels, get that Hand of God as early as possible, and then the early game threats of Ehome could pretty much do nothing.
Well, Ehome may not elect to ban it because they have first pick, and they might try to first pick it. I don't know if Ehome likes to run it as much as DK does. Obviously, ROTK's Chen is nothing to be trifled with, but either way, having first pick, you might approach it a little bit differently and try to take it yourself, but I don't think Chen's going to appear in this game.
We're going to see a Rubik being banned, Invoker being the first ban. Pretty interesting pick, but of course Super's Invoker pretty solid, so not really too unusual to see that, but still Invoker not receiving as much attention as he did before. Meanwhile, Lycanthrope is the response banned by DK, so pretty much standard bans and picks thus far, or standard bans at any rate. So we'll see if they decide to ban any burning specific heroes, maybe Morphling or something like that, because DK, they have two picks, and Morphling's definitely not first pick material right off the bat for Ehome.
They have two options right now. One's to ban either Chen or Enchantress, and then DK will ban the other, or they can ban neither and then take whichever one they want for first pick. So I think that's what they're trying to decide right now, whether they're going to either allow both of them in the pool or neither.
Yeah, that's definitely could be the case, and keep in mind both these teams, DK 5-5 in their last 10 matches, going back a ways, and Ehome 6-4, so both teams not playing to the top of their ability, or at least not to the top of our expectations. As you see, a Nature's Prophet being banned, so it looks like they might be on the path to ban neither, as Nature's Prophet had a pretty good impact. LongDD played a solid Nature's Prophet in the last game. So we're going to see what DK decides to respond with. It would be pretty unlikely to see a jungle hero being banned. So it looks like we're going to see some jungling action on both sides.
I think Pandas or Darkseer is the likely ban to come out from DK.
Probably.
Both of them have such good team fight, and with the team fight heroes such as Invoker and Naga's banned, I think if they get one of those big team fight heroes, it'll be very hard to deal with.
Looks like DK most likely not really thinking about the ban too much, but just thinking about how they want to approach the next pick phase. Probably going to ban the Darkseer and then just pick up the jungler immediately after, but they're really thinking a lot of time about who they want to pick up, who they think Ehome will pick up with their first pick. But they're going to ban out the Broodmother, so they're just giving a lot of interesting heroes in the opening scene, as we're going to see a Darkseer being picked up immediately. And of course, they're not going to pick up two jungle heroes, so we'll see what DK decides to pick. Will they pick the Chen or the Enchantress?
Well, they might, in fact, I think they very well may go for a Leshrac, because it's so iffy to give away both Leshrac and Darkseer. Those heroes combo so well together and deal so much damage, just have such great utility. So while we may see a Chen or Enchantress pick up, we may also very well see a Leshrac pick up.
Yeah.
Of course, we may also see a Syllabear or Morphling pick up, simply because if you pick up a hard carry now, you dictate the pace for the pace of the entire game being. If you pick one up now, Ehome has to think about that for the rest of their draft. Whereas if you don't pick one up now, Ehome's kind of more free to draft for the middle and early game.
And of course, Super loves playing that Leshrac, plays a solid mid Leshrac, and just has a ridiculously good time in that game as they decide to go with what works with them in game 1. They decide to go with the Morphling and the Chen pickup. So ROTK most likely going to be playing that Chen once again. Morphling being played by Burning. So Ehome, will they pick up the Enchantress? Most likely, but still anything is possible. We'll see if they decide to go for another teamfight hero to synergize with that Darkseer. Like you said, Panda could be a solid pickup Tidehunter, even though his ultimate is quite long cooldown and he doesn't really have the amount of damage that can be thrown out like a Panda with his clap. But a lot of teamfight heroes open up to Ehome if they want to go for that route. But I think one thing we can agree on, they need to get some stuns. They had no stuns in the last game.
I don't think they're going to make that mistake again. I think if they gave away Chen, they're absolutely going to have a plan for it. I just don't know what it is yet. Their options, which are on the table at this point, are 1, mass teamfight, which is what the Darkseer allows you to do. Option 2, mass chasing silencing, which will allow you to kill Morphling and just have a lot of ganking, a lot of stuns, a lot of silences. Leshrac would be appropriate for this. Night Stalker would be appropriate. Pandas would be appropriate. Even a Bounty Hunter would be appropriate. And you could just have the Bounty Hunter pick off Chen over and over. And yeah, Chaos Knight does the same thing. So here's what happened. Chaos Knight fits into that early ganking, early chasing thing, so you'll be able to kill Morphling and any other squishies which DK picks up. And Enigma is just such a good combo with Darkseer. It's so brutal to go against that. And if you can get a Black Hole followed by a 4-second skill bolt from Chaos Knight, that's Morphling disabled for 8 seconds. So I think that this is a very good pickup from Ehome.
One thing you do have to be concerned about is that, CK has definitely made his impact felt in the Dota scene. He hasn't been as successful as many people would think. He just sort of, if he doesn't farm as well or he doesn't have as an immediate early game impact, he just sort of fades off in the late stages of the game. He can't out DPS a carry, at least not to the effect that Morphling can. So CK, he's sort of a bit overrated in my honest opinion, but I think what they're going for in this lineup, to gank the Morphling, to have that team fight, I think he fits perfectly well. What do you think about CK in general?
I think we may have had this discussion before. I wasn't sure if it was in a cast. I think that he's a great pick. You just shouldn't pick him up early for the most part because it gives away too much. I think that he's very well utilized by Russians in terms of them just running around and being super aggressive with him. I think he's very well utilized by Americans in that they like to farm up their drums on him and maybe Manta, Armlet, whatever, and then just out-carry stuff with him at a certain timing. There's a certain timing you can hit on him with your ult, and you can just push into the tier 3 and deal more damage than the enemy carry before they get too many items up. But I think that he's a 4 or 5 pick for the most part.
We're going to see a Tinker response by DK, giving them some global presence. We'll see if DK decides to go into the March build. We saw MMY, AKX, aka the most famous Tinker player in the world, for the most part. At least in Dota 1, hasn't seen him as much in Dota 2. Went for 2 laser, 1 rocket, and then maxed March. A pretty interesting build, but I think it worked pretty well. He played solidly, but unfortunately Tinker couldn't do too much in the early game gank, and without any stuns he couldn't do too much in the late game. So we'll see what, most likely Super is going to be playing this Tinker, so we'll see what build decides to go for. But a response rate of Tidehunter to counteract some of the initiation, and of course Tidehunter pretty strong against this lineup, will not get bursted out immediately. Meanwhile, Ancient Apparition, a support hero being banned by DK. We'll see if they decide to ban out one last support hero. Meanwhile, Ehome banning out all the teamfight heroes they could possibly get their hands on.
Well, the bans, I think, so far are super standard. The Apparition, you obviously don't want that with CK, and you don't want it with the Enigma ult. Yeah, then the Tidehunter and Pandas are just... You don't want... When you have so much teamfight, you want to establish your presence as, this is what we're going to do, you can't do it. That's why they're going to ban the counter team fighters or counter initiators, if you want to call them that. And the, disruptor ban. I have to call them disruptor now. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but I think it's to protect the Morphling and Tinker. And we see Storm Spirit again being used to counter Tinker, and in this case also chase Morphling. Something which Storm Spirit also does particularly well is jump on Chen and kill him before he can cast any spells or save anybody with his ult or send anybody home. So Storm Spirit's a great counter to basically every hero that DK has so far.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So, how do you think Ehome will lane this with the Enigma? Will they put him in the jungle or will they put him in the long lane? Darkseer, of course, is very versatile in terms of his laning. As we're going to see a Keeper of the Light pickup to give Storm even more mana to work with. He's going to be zipping around all over the place, gives CK early game mana, so he won't have to get Arcane Boots right off the bat. So Keeper of the Light, very versatile. Even get to Darkseer, who is a pretty mana-intensive hero early on. So Keeper of the Light is pretty solid in this pickup, at least in my opinion, just with on the base of his Chakra magic.
And not to mention the fact that when Enigma will be ulting, it's pretty much a free 5-second channel on your ultimate.
Oh man, that will hurt. It's pretty much going to be a team wipe if they manage to get the perfect combination. Of course, Illuminate into vacuum, into black hole, into whatever CK deals out. I fear for DK if they get caught in the midst of that. But meanwhile, they decided to go for Xiao Shan to give them some bit of disabling power and get some pushing going their way. And DK thinking a little bit long about who they want to pick up for their last hero. They have the potential for their 2.5 lane, so they decided to go for Beastmaster. So it looks like they might just do a off-lane Beastmaster, stack Ancients, get Axes when they can, and just go with that lane.
Okay, yeah, I didn't understand the Shadow Shaman pickup at first, but with the Beastmaster it makes a lot more sense. With the wards coming out from Shadow Shaman, along with the Roar and Axis from Beastmaster, it's very easy to control enemy towers, and that is when you're pushing, it's very easy to push the enemy team off of the towers. So what's likely is going to happen is they're going to get a lot of tier 1s fast with that that tower control combo, and after that they'll be able to get some farm up on burning and then just carry the game with that. I think this is a protect burning strategy. Get the tier 1s and protect burning.
So what do you feel about Ehome's decision not to pick up any sort of jungling presence? Of course, they could jungle heroes, but you don't see Enchantress. Do you think Chen will have a I think Chen will have a pretty big impact just because it's a different Chen player, but he still has sort of, if he manages to get a lot of levels early on, or maybe if he double jungles with Shadow Shaman, if Burning has a really easy lane, he'll become a pretty big factor in these early game team fights in Storm Spirit. Not the most mobile hero until he hits level 6, so he might be pretty difficult to deal with.
I don't know. It could be possible that Ehome's trying to prepare for going against jungle heroes in the international. It could be that they don't necessarily fear the jungle heroes. Either way, I can't say. I can't necessarily look into their mind. There are so many reasons why they could be doing this. I haven't got all the information.
Looks like there might be a little bit of engagement as Burning has that waveform. LongDD has sentry wards to just block off potential pull spots and potential wards being placed, as looks like CK has that Chaos Bolt. Enigma has a Ring of Protection along with 5 Clarities, so he's going to go for Basilius and most likely jungle himself, wouldn't you say?
I think that's likely, yeah.
And
well, I think Darkseer off lane and Enigma jungle is the best, and LongDD sees the Keeper of the Light, and it looks like both teams are going to back off.
Yep, so now's the perfect time to introduce the players of the team. I'll go over DK. Burning is going to be playing the trademark Morphling. LongDD going to be playing the Chen. Zippo's going to be playing the support Shadow Shaman. ROTK going to be playing the offlane Beastmaster. And Super's going to be playing the Tinker. Want to go over Ehome?
Absolutely. We have QQQ playing the Darks. It looks like we have Lan on the Keeper of the Light. We have PCT playing the Chaos Knight. King J on his support utility Enigma. And Die, otherwise known as MMY, otherwise known as X, playing Storm Spirit. Again, one of his trademark heroes. He was the one who popularized Storm way back in the day in China. So
it looks
we
like
have another Storm Tinker matchup. It's reversed this time. So
yeah, pretty interesting setup being played by Ehome, as they didn't even send the Beastmaster to the bot lane. Looks like DK predicted this perfectly, as they're going to keep the Beastmaster up here, get Chen a couple of creeps, and if Chen comes out of the jungle with some pretty tanky creeps and get that stun off, it'll be pretty difficult for this Ehome quad lane. But right now, with the help of Darkseer and Keeper of the Light Illuminate, they're going to be able to mow down these creep waves. And of course, Burning, a very, very accomplished last hitter, but it's going to be more difficult for him to last hit under these towers. But Ehome, I like this response by DK setting in Burning, but here comes Chen with the Furbolg doing a immense amount of damage. Xiao Shan picks up the first one, and it looks like ROTK might be in a bit of trouble, but it looks like Burning managed to pick up PCT in the midst of all that. Illuminate doing as much damage as possible. It can't even do too much. Morphing gonna wave immediately back in, and Burning picks up a double kill. This is going oh so wrong for Ehome, and I don't really know what they were thinking.
I don't know why they tried to do this with the Keeper of the Light. You can't necessarily cut the creep wave with a hero that doesn't really provide any early skirmish control. Sure, he can kill the creeps, he can give people mana, but he doesn't do anything in early fights. This is something that we'd see out of a captain like Artstyle, but I don't think Ehome's is practiced with doing these 4-1-0 strategies, and they feed 3 kills and then just instantly back off. This is going to be a huge advantage for DK.
Yeah, it's pretty odd, but keep in mind that this is a relatively small tournament. I think the grand prize is only $500. It's the Razer MiniMadness tournament, like I mentioned earlier. But I think it will be important for Ehome to build up momentum, because they were looking very, very strong in the early stages of the Dota 2. But since then, they've just been sort of mediocre, to put it bluntly. And I think they really, really should start building up momentum, because they're not looking at tip-top shape. So playing with these weird strategies, I'd rather they play all out against DK. But of course, I'm biased. I want to see as many good games as possible, even before the EI International 2 start.
Oh, yeah. I prefer, you know, medium-length games with a lot of kills, great play from everyone, no feeds, but a game starting like this, I don't know. Hopefully that Ehome can do something to come back from such a devastating loss early, but every single one of their lanes is going to lose because they did that. They're going to be at an EXP disadvantage, a farm disadvantage in every single lane, so they need to make kills happen to come back from this. You can't just out-mechanic DK because DK's mechanics are just as good as yours.
And looks like X is outlaning Super at the moment, but here comes some lasers coming in as he's going for 2 points in laser, 1 point in rocket, just saving his next skill point. If he needs that extra damage for rocket, he'll probably put into rocket, but most likely put into that mark, as MMI is going to start to be harassed a bit more now that Super has a bit more mana to work with. So Super going to start getting lane control, and of course X is going to have to really, really watch out for the Chen gank if they decide to smoke up, as QQ pauses the game. And sorry if you guys are confused, MMY is also known as Die, also known as X, so I'll switch between those names.
It's hard to keep track of which is which.
Yep. PCT going to be farming that bot lane. We'll see if ROTK is starting to stack those Ancients. Not yet, but he can do so at any time. And he's not really in too much of a danger, as Keeper of the Light is sort of pulling. Iniga is trying to pick up some jungle creeps from where he previously got defeated in that regard. And pretty interesting. We saw in the late stages of the Chinese Dota 1 that Beastmaster would be soloing mid, getting that Inner Beast maxed up. They were the first people to get Inner Beast maxed up just to get that pushing going. But ROTK going for standard off-lane build, getting those 2 points in the Call of the Wild. So pretty interesting to see departures in styles of Beastmaster come and go.
Well, you can stack the Ancient Creeps with your Boar, which is probably why he's doing that.
Yeah, off-lane, so this build makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about the Storm Spirit skill build in this game, because we saw a kind of a weird one coming out last game from Die. I think it was Die. No, it was Super. I can't keep it straight. But we saw him getting 2 in Remnant and then 1 and 1 in each of the other skills, which is really not standard. And this time we see a Storm Spirit getting 1, 1, 2. That is 2 in Overload. And most of the time you see a 1, 3, 1, which is 3 in your stun. But the reason why he's getting these 2 in Overload is the following. You have such a good aggressive team with the Enigma, and even CK can roam if he has to, but he probably won't, and Darkseer, that if one person roams mid on Tinker, you'll get so much more damage out of having the extra 1 in Overload than the extra 1 in Vortex. It's just... basically this build is dedicated to killing Tinker early, the 2 in Overload. Whereas last time Storm's build was dedicated to surviving Tinker early.
Yeah, X gonna try to pick up level 6 as soon as possible. Super doing a nice job putting laser. Always saving that skill play. Really, really like this choice by Super. As QQQ might be in a bit of trouble. Gonna do some harassment versus Zippo. Just pop that head shell. Just gonna back off. But Burning coming at any time to reinforce. Shashan very, very slow, but he has Boots of Seed. You know, unfortunately for QQQ, he does not. And looks like X is going to be pressed back pretty heavily now that the lasers are just coming into effect. He is level 5, but so is Tinker, and he's going to start bottle crowing it up and just get more and more regen. But here comes Chen for a gank up on QQQ. We'll see if they can get the Shackle. Shackle being casted, they're going to chain the stuns. Here comes the Centaur and the Waveform. Longitude picks up the last hit, melting QQQ and Burning with the double kill with the first blood. He's going to get farmed so fast, and they don't really match up in the late game versus Burning.
No, well, there's a timing window in which they'll be stronger than him, in which Burning has an item and CK also has an item, and in that window they'll be stronger, but once that window passes, Burning will be stronger.
Yep, sorry I missed a kill in the mid lane, but we just saw Tinker with 3 points in a rocket get that long range rocket kill. That's what saving a skill point will do to you, but he did hit level 6 in the midst of all that, so that probably helped a bit as well, as Bottle curling it up with that Frog Courier. So right now, looks like Ehome trying to pressure the bottom lane a bit with Keeper of the Light and the Chaos Knight combination. And Chakra Magic in conjunction with Chaos Bolt is just so powerful. But no, Keeper of the Light is just going to push, try to get the creep wave big enough so they can get one more final push and then kill that bottom tower.
And something I neglected to mention before was that one of the reasons Russ is really good against an offlane DS is Shackle. You can't run away from Shackle. Doesn't matter how fast you are. He just waits until he sprints, and then you're shackled, and all of a sudden you're dead. So it's a really good way of controlling that offlane Darkseer. In the meantime, though, it looks like this game's just going to be played really passively. Both teams are content to farm. We don't really see any huge pushes. Looks like we're going to see one on the top tower, but that's a Chen. It's kind of to be expected. Both teams are playing fairly passively.
Yep, those 4 skeletons will do a nice job in terms of tanking tower shots, and of course the more tower shots you can tank with the weak little creeps, and they do a decent amount of damage for
24 a hit. It's
yeah.
like having 2 extra heroes on the tower.
Yeah, definitely can't be underestimated, but here comes a waveform just clearing the creep waves. Darkseer can't really do anything, especially, like you mentioned, with the roster right there. Or the Shadow
He's
Shaman.
only level 2.
Yeah, you can't do anything, and I guess this is a solid way to play against Rasta in the offlane. Just have a hero who can lock somebody down for a long amount of time. And of course having a jungle hero like Chen certainly helps in that regard. As they're going to be able to kill this tier 2 tower, and meanwhile Ehome not doing anything in response against Vsaster, and Vsaster is just going to be able to get levels, stack those ancients, and get the farm he needs. So this bottom tier 1 tower going to fall, and Ehome doing nothing about it.
Yeah, I'm fairly surprised that Ehome didn't try to defend that tower, but I guess they are going to try to just turtle up. Meanwhile, Dai is going on super. He has a haste streak. It looks like Super's going to go down. I don't know how he's going to live. We see one last jump from Dai, and Tinker is going to fall.
Enigma.
In the meantime, though, Enigma went down.
Yeah, Enigma died to the Tinker in the mid-set, so Storm Spirit picks up an early kill, and they're really going to have to rely on Storm Spirit to help the mid-game. Now that Darkseer is pretty much nullified, at least until he gets a lot of items, at least until the teamfights start bringing out. It's going to be up to Dai to just have a ridiculous impact in this game, and Dai is certainly a hero, or certainly a player with the hero who can do that. But we'll see if DK gets themselves out of position as the stacks of Ancients going on. Are TK just going to axe these and have a grand old time?
Yeah. If they can successfully do that camp, especially with the Tinker, and it's why he's getting March instead of his other 2 skills, I think it'll be a very good way of putting themselves back on sort of even footing with Ehome. That Ancient camp really is so good. I don't know if you've seen the proposed map changes, the leaked map, which looks like it's legit. I don't think that's going to be possible anymore. They're stacking the creeps with axes.
Meanwhile, top lane looks like Iron Shell doing a lot of damage to Zippo, but here comes Brennan, gets a killing spree, and has a perseverance. Going to go for the Lincoln Sphere. Might even just save that for mana, but most likely Lincoln Sphere, just to counteract the Chaos Bolt, the Malphus, and the Storm Spirit pull. So Lincoln Sphere will be very, very crucial. But yeah, the interesting map changes, of course, the change I'm most excited about is the Batrider 0.4 strength growth boost. But
I know, right?
I know.
Who would have thought Bat's getting buffs, but it looks like we're going to have a smoke gank mid from Long DD and Zippo. Dai is fairly backed off, but all that needs to happen is they get the one Troll Net off, and they'll at least force him to use a ton of mana. We'll see if they can burst him down. Super's moving up. Dai doesn't suspect yet, but now he sees. I think he's just going to instantly zip out. Oh, no, he doesn't. He's wise. He saves his mana, and no kill for them, but it looks like they're going to attack the tower. In the meantime, Dire Tower goes down to the Enigma creeps.
Yeah, ROTK couldn't really do anything. That 3 heroes on his tower, you could axe a couple times, but then axe has a cooldown. Unfortunately for Beastmaster, fortunately for Dota. As meanwhile, this middle tower going to take a lot of damage, and Tinker is so close to Boots Child. Actually, it's on its way. So Tinker or Boots Child will be able to teleport all over the map in conjunction with Morphling waving in and out, getting a lot of map control, as Morphling has Perseverance and is well on his way to that Ultimate Orb, as Long D is going to get initiated on Hand of God being casted, saving Long DD as Storm is going to zip out of the way. Here comes the Surge by the Darkseer, saving Storm for now. But still, Hand of God saving Chen, and unfortunately, X could not pick up a kill on Long DD.
That's what that fast levels on Chen is going to do for you. That those couple of kills that he picked up at the beginning of the game are really paying off. That, you know, about 10 minutes in now.
Yep, as Zippo is level 6 yet, halfway to level 6, so we'll be able to start popping those wards as Illuminate's being used just to annoy the crap out of DK, so they can't push anything. But still, that means Keeper of the Lights getting farmed, nobody else on his team in the mid lane is getting farmed. Meanwhile, looks like CK getting relative free farm, going to be able to pick up the Vanguard very, very soon, should he choose to go for it, has the Stout Shield and the Ring of Health, so most likely going for that. And once he gets the Vanguard, it'll be very, very difficult to bring down, but still burning, farming, uncontested on this top lane. Gonna be able to pick up the Ultimate Orb should he choose to right about now. And once he does that, it's gonna be a matter of moments before he picks up the leads here and then starts building towards something truly terrifying.
Pretty sure every single person in China knows. Pretty sure they tell their kids this in preschools, but the first thing everybody learns is you don't let Burning farm. Because if you do, he's gonna get stop up and he's gonna kill you. And I think he's just skipping treads and it's going for a straight Lincoln's rush. And if he chooses to do this, he might have his Lincolns by like 13 minutes.
Yeah, ridiculously
he will.
fast.
He will. That's what he's doing.
As X zips in, looks like PCT is going to get hexed. He's going to pop the Phantasm. Will they go on the offensive? Yes, they will. ROTK getting the 4-second stun. Going to be pulling ROTK as well. Kill the Beastmaster right off the bat, but Shackle, Ether Shock being casted to drive away the CK. And looks like they only managed to pick up 1 kill, but all the while, Burning is farming up. And looks like Long D might be in bit of trouble. Do they have a ward to spot him? No, they could not see him. Keeper of the Light going to be able to place that ward, spot the retreat of Chen, but they can't catch up to him now. With still Burning farming all the while, and unfortunately MMY was forced back to base. He could not get into more ganks, but still Storm is just going to do so much work. And now that Tinker has boosted travel, they can just get the creepy equilibrium on their side, and it's going to be very, very difficult for the side of the Radiant side to get into there, but looks like QQQ going to be in a lot of trouble. Burning is going to be able to cast Waveform once more. Replicate being used. One more hit. No, nice salve usage. Nice salve usage by QQQ, saving his life, but Sorcerer picks up a kill in the mid lane, as Shadow Shaman picks up a kill on Chaos Knight in the midst of all that. I had no idea what happened in the mid lane.
Great ward trap. He just ward trapped him.
Yeah, that's it.
Right, CK blinked in, well, pseudo blinked in, and stunned, and then Zippo says, nope, you're staying with me, and ward traps him and gets the kill. So, nice individual play from Zippo coming out there.
Yep, but Burning, once again, driving Darkseer off the lane, has the Ultimate Orb, going to be able to pick up the Lincoln Sphere in about 600 gold. Chen, how far is he from Mechanism? About 500 gold. So DK getting all of their items up very, very soon, as ROTK is just going to keep stacking these Ancients. Going to be a lot of gold, but here comes the initiation by X, but nice reactions by Zippo getting the Hex off by Amalphus in conjunction with the Storm Spirit damage, as MMY, aka X, aka Die, picks up a killing spree. So Ehome getting their Storm Spirit farmed, and they really desperately need to get so much momentum up on X. And X, one of those players who can, if he gets that, will just start rolling with it.
No, he was one of the very first, back in the old school hard farming days in China. You put him on Storm and you know it would be a good game because he would just zip across the entire map to try to kill a carry. It was great. He's such an aggressive Storm Spirit. It's really a pleasure to watch, and it looks like he's going to be opening with a Silence Stick, just to try to deal with either the Chen or the Tinker, whichever one they choose to go on, because both of those heroes are such a nuisance in team fights.
No doubt about that, as we'll just check out the levels really fast. Both X and Burning are level 10, as looks like the levels are overall pretty even, but Darkseer level 4, that's the biggest concern. And he's not getting any farm whatsoever. So he's just going to have a miserable time. Going to try to pick up as many levels as possible, but underfarmed Darkseer is going to be pretty difficult. But here comes the Illuminate doing a lot of damage. Tinker maxing up that March Machines. We'll be able to farm that insanely stacked. No, looks like they already farmed that stacked Ancient Camp. As long as he picks up that tower, X is fortunately able to retreat. But do you know, did you happen to notice who picked up that Ancient Camp?
To be honest, I wasn't watching. I think that the Beastmaster did it. To be honest, I don't know where else his gold would have come from, so...
Yeah, he has a 3.2k worth of gold, and he definitely doesn't have the last hits to show for that, so...
It definitely wasn't Tinker.
Yeah.
He hasn't got enough gold to have done it, so I think it was Beastmaster.
As just looking at the last hits, Burning 92 CS in 13 minutes! My god.
It's a 13-minute Lincoln Sphere, he did it. Dear Lord.
You can't even be surprised at this point. Remember the first game we cast together, Burning Anti-Mage? Only 800 gold per minute.
Yeah. He does not play forgettable carries. That's one thing you can say about this guy.
That's definitely true. But DK able to push down one tower. Ehome only able to take one tower so far. Meanwhile, DK has 4, has so much map control, and they can just split push with Tinker all day. And Ehome really isolated to one portion of the map. Just in their jungle they're confined to, because they can't really match up against Burning, because he has Lincoln, so you can't even gank him very well. Otherwise, there'll just be a mass amount of teleports. We'll see if there's engagement.
Engage coming out. We see a Blink Dagger coming, and it looks like Lanham's just going to melt immediately.
Zippo rushed Blink Dagger. Wow. I didn't even think Zippo had that much farm.
No. You know what he might have got it from? He might have been there when the Ancients were done? I don't know. Oh no, it's from the towers. But Black Hole coming out, instantly interrupted by ROTK. Axis fly through, hitting a ton of stuff. War Trap follow. Chen's going to melt immediately. There's 3 down for Ehome. And wow, Darkseer follows. We see a Shackle on MMY. Will it be enough? It looks like he'll be able to zip out. He will. But we see Tinker following. Will he get the... Oh, looks like he's going to be dodged, and MMY successfully TP's out.
Yep, using that teleport in conjunction with the zip is going to be able to do that. Meanwhile, Burning providing a bit of pressure, but Keeper Light blasting him away. But meanwhile, here comes the DK push for that bomb tier 2 tower, and with this tower, they're going to have so much fruition control, they can pick it off whatever they want. And DK just looking so strong in this series, and this is the DK we saw in Dominance for Dota 1, just looking so strong.
This is sort of what I wanted to talk about. You see how much space they have, or control they have over the space behind the enemy tower? With March, Rocket, Chen, Creeps, and the roster ward combined with Beastmaster, basically every single one of their heroes, except Morphling, controls the space beyond enemy towers, making it really easy to take these towers for free, basically. And we see they are going down for free. Ehome can't contest them.
Yeah, definitely a fact that Ehome can't initiate with anything. Like, they can't do anything, they'll just get blinked on by Rasta, Chen can send his creeps, like you mentioned, so Ehome pretty much are helpless in this scenario, and just really, really unusual play by DK playing so aggressive, but just making it work. Actually, it's not really that unusual. My bad.
No, DK plays aggressive. It's just Burning usually doesn't play aggressive.
Yep, but Burning's going to be able to pick up this Roshan, Wildkin doing that tornado dance, as Burning probably going to pick up this Aegis, Chen bopping Hand of God, is going to be able to pick up either boots or a point booster very, very soon. And once that, he can start working on his agonism. And once that happens, heal every 30 seconds. It's going to be brutal.
You know, it sounds kind of stupid, but I like to see a BOT on the Morphling. So you can have him split push with the Tinker. Like if someone's farming the lane by themselves, you can just have instantly Morphling and Tinker swap lanes and kill that person. I don't know. He probably won't do it. I haven't seen BOT on Morphling in a while, but it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that was actually the old school European build for Morphling, I think.
Yeah, they did it on more. I think they did it on all their carries, really, back when like everybody built
SF.
BOT.
SF Morphling. And then Chinese were the first one to introduce treads on Morphling. And that's just been a staple ever since. As here comes the wards, mid tower is going to be engaged. Rocket's just constantly pushing back. And Ehome really can't do anything, as Black Hole is still on cooldown for another 40 seconds. He does have a Blink Dagger, so he's going to really need to get a magical Black Hole in order for this to work. But Darkseer only level 2 Vacuum's not going to have too much casting range, so he's going to have to get up close and personal if they could kill the Darkseer. Ehome's combo is completely shut down.
They only have 3 ways to disrupt the Black Hole. If they can get rid of Morphling, Shadow Shaman, and Beastmaster, it'll go uninterrupted. But DK knows this, and they're probably just going to park Beastmaster in the back to disrupt it. That's what they did last fight, at least.
Yep, looks like nicely done as Blink Dagger, Enigma, and X managed to pick up a kill on Tinker. So nicely done by X and the Enigma player, who I think is whoever. I forget.
King J.
King J. Nicely done, King J. Good job. Pat on the back.
Yeah, remembering names. Well, I get paid the big bucks. Anyway.
Yeah, so DK lost to Tinker for a bit, but they still have so much momentum. Morphing's going to be able to pick up big items very soon. Will he go straight E-Blade? Usually you don't get E-Blade right after the Lincolns. Actually, Filipino scenes. Yeah. But here comes the gank on Zippo.
Top. Zippo gets tagged. Chen Hill flying out. Beastmaster War coming through. It looks like a 1-for-1 instant trade, but CK blinks himself in. 2-second stun on the Beastmaster. Storm follows, zipping in. Tinker tries to TP in. The creep is killed, and it looks like DK will lose too. They're going on long DD. I think that this is going to be a stun, but Tinker's TPing in. They're going to turn on the CK. CK needs to back up right now. March is flying out. It looks like Vacuum is going to control the space, and it looks like CK is just going to die.
Yep.
2-for-2 trade.
Morphling pops the double damage room. It's going to be able to pick up QQQ one more hit as Morphling picks up a double kill, mega kill. But you really saw the power of the Keeper of the Light Storm Spirit combination. Storm Spirit out of meta? Hey, have some more, get back in there, kill another hero. But unfortunately, it might be a little too late, as Burning is just so difficult to stop. But still, if they have the combo, they have the makings for that, and if the Enigma manages to land the Black Hole, they can still get themselves back in it, and X being unstoppable is just so helpful. He's going to be able to pick up the silence very, very soon. Actually, I'm surprised he hasn't picked it up just yet. He hasn't been farming, that's why. He's just been
he's
killing.
been having to run around and kill stuff. All happen in like about 4 or 5 minutes. Going at this rate.
Yeah. So, Burning's just farming in the jungle, as X is farming right next to them. They're so close and yet so far. Will they get the blink initiation with the Shadow Shaman? They don't know. X is right there. Uh-oh, Zippo. Here's the blink and the Hex. MMY and so on. Charles Tinker's going to teleport, and the Shackles is going to go there. Huge bounty given up to Burning, and he's just going to take that and laugh all the way to the bank, as Burning is just making money left and right.
Yeah. It's you really gotta do something about him early game and mid game and late game. You cannot leave this man to farm free, and they did. And they are going to pay for it.
Actually, I'm
Super at this point can control the rest of the map while just Burning does whatever he wants.
pretty surprised Burning only has 550 gold per minute.
Oof.
That's not.
He's falling off.
I know. He's slipping, man. He's slipping.
Like half what he usually gets.
Meanwhile, Xiao with its Blink Dagger. Zippo just becoming a huge factor these games. It'd be safe to say he's been playing so well with the Xiao. Really a hero we don't see.
Zippo's such a good support player, man. He's really known for his just hard supports who kind of have that initiating stun like ES.
Yeah, he's known for his Enigma. I think after
yeah, he plays a really good Enigma too.
DCG, or I forget his name. My God, it's been so long.
Yeah, it was DCG was known for the Enigma.
Yeah, after him, Zippo was probably the next well-known. But Zippo has just been proving to be so effective with the Xiao. He's going to be able to pick up his BKB very, very soon. And if they get the BKB up, only Black Hole can cancel that. And it's going to be so deadly. So
he might be going for an Aghanims, both of which are viable choices. They both do different things, but either could be good. Aghanims would be more of a pushing tier 3 focused, whereas BKB would be more early, well, team fights focused.
Here's a question for you. I don't know if you'll know it. I don't know if you're as mechanic savvy as... I know Reality Rift does not cancel teleports, but if Rasta is shackling and Reality Rift is casted on him, will it cancel the shackle?
Well, the mechanics should work the same, so if you say it doesn't break TPs, it shouldn't break shackle either, I think.
Alright, that makes sense. I think that will be the case. As
I'm not a mechanics person. Don't know a lot about mechanics. Wrong guy to ask. But did you catch that kill?
Yep. Darkseer just fell. I mean, Super just getting kills left and right on the back of Boots of Travel. Only has a 4-staff and Soul Ring, but he's not even farming. He doesn't even need to worry about farming.
In the meantime, we have Zippo getting 4 seconds stunned. MMY is going to zip on him. Nothing he can do about it. Drops the wards, but they're just going to be farmed for money.
Yep, Vanguard up on CK's 1800 gold to work with. If he picks up at BKB, he can become a huge factor in these next team fights. It's not over by a long shot, but still, they're gonna
not at all. Don't let us give you that impression. All we need to do is see one nice black hole, and he homes right back in it.
No doubt, especially with the hero as devastating as CK if he gets enough levels with Phantasm and crit. Oh my God, if he gets a couple lucky crits, Burning will melt.
He can feasibly kill Morphling in the duration of one stun.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Especially with the help of X, that it's just gravy. But Burning is going to go for that E-Blade. About 300 gold, he'll be able to finish that as just checking out the gold graph. 1400 gold, but Ehome, like you said earlier, one black hole will get themselves back in the game. May be able to push down the middle tower if the equilibrium is not pushed too heavily. But still, one black hole, that's what they're waiting on. But DK not going to give them any openings. And even if they let them get that black hole up, DK might be too farmed at that point. So Ehome, they're going to look for a team fight, but they're not going to drive balls deep into it. Yeah, they're looking for a favorable fight.
I don't think that they're going to want to fight actually until QQQ has 2 levels in his Wall of Replica.
Oh, only level 9.
Yeah.
Man.
Oof.
Darkseer is one of those heroes who will always get his farm, but this game apparently hasn't. Because Tinker and Morphling just able to pressure him out so easily. So he's forced to the jungle, but still. I mean, Darkseer not proving to be too effective in this game, but still, he's just shown such dominance that you'll always see him perma-picked and perma-banned.
Yeah, there's something huge that's going to happen for Darkseer to fall off. He's so useful. Even in a situation like this where he's got no farm and underleveled, Vacuum just wrecks team fights. You know, it's so hard to fight against. And it's one of the reasons why DK isn't pushing in. Nobody wants to push in against a level 4 Vacuum.
Yep, but it looks like DK is starting to make threatening moves. As Zippo, does he have BKB or Ags? No, he hasn't been farming. He's leaving all that to Burning and Super to farm up. Super has 2k gold in the bank, so he can buy back if he dies in this next fight. Looks like Zippo going to blink and place those wards. Vacuum being used, 16-second cooldown, so Vacuum will be down. Lance taking so much damage. Burning has the E-Blade. He did not pop it just yet, as looks like the Hand of God is being popped. Strength Morph being casted as CK is trying to do as much damage, maybe able to replicate out. Nicely done by Burning, as looks like the wards and combination with the Chant Creeps might be able to pick down this tower. Keep the Light just doing so much work, as Ehome are going to be able to defend this, maybe. No, DK sticking around. They want this tower. They want it bad.
Well, what they might do is just wait for the next Roshan attempt before they go in again. They just tried to deal as much damage as they could. But with Tinker TPing in, it looks like they're going to force the issue.
Huh, as Aegis still up on the Morphling.
They still have it, yeah.
Yeah. As here comes the pause, both teams going to take a lot of time to strategize up. Darkseer, not yet level, does not even have 1 point to that wall of replica, so he's only good for the vacuum and ion shell. Let's see, Enigma.
Oh, dude. Check out Darkseer's items. This is funny.
Double Vit booster. Alright, gonna go
He's
for
just trying to survive the Morphling shotgun.
Nah, it's gonna be Eidos Bloodstone. No Eidos, because it's a terrible item.
It's not a good item. That's gonna get buffed.
Yeah.
It has to be.
50 seconds slow for 4 seconds. 20-second cooldown. But CK has picked up the drums. Lan has a gem just to scout out wards. I like Ehome's item choices, but still, they're just pressed so hard in their base. They're really gonna need. They're gonna need King J's best black hole ever in order to sort of survive this. And even if they do, Tinker can. No, Tinker spent his item on a Ghost Scepter, so he's gonna be able to survive the CK
he
damage.
Can survive the CK burst. Yeah.
But still, black hole. He'll be able to land on Tinker, and nobody has a buyback. So I think if Ehome win this fight, they can take at least the middle tier 1 tower and maybe try to go for Roshan. But heroes will respond in time for that.
I don't know when the timer is on Roshan is the thing. Oh, I forgot. We're allowed to look now. We're casters. Yeah, it looks like it's got about 1 minute-ish.
Yep.
So maybe they can get it. I don't know.
Yeah, at least take a tower at the very least. They really need to avoid being suffocated, because right now the goal graph, even though a game like this where one team fight will make all the difference, the goal graph indicates that DK might just get too tanked to survive the outburst of damage if there's a perfect black hole. So, but still keep for the light. Do they have a pipe? They have a mechanism, and they have a hood, so they're going to be able to build a pipe soon, but it won't be up for this next team fight.
Nope.
But Beastmaster picks up a gem himself just to counter ward, and you can see, unfortunately for Ehome, they have no vision. They're completely in the dark. But DK just saying, we're all here, guys. Just come at us. Ehome just going to stick in their base for now. Wouldn't blame them.
Can't blame them at all. It's DK deals a lot of damage, and they deal it fast. So, and it really does look like they're going to force the issue. So,
Keeper of the Light just sending Illuminates after Illuminates, destroying creep waves. Rasta ultimate should be cooling down 50 more seconds. 110-second cooldown, but I figured we waited almost 2 minutes. No, 50 more seconds. Meanwhile, it looks like
pauses always mess you up in terms of item cooldowns and stuff.
Yep. Meanwhile, it looks like X is going to be farming that top lane. Has an Orchid. Will he go for BKB next? There's Roar to stop it.
I don't think he will, just because of Roar, yeah.
Yep. Morphling going to wave in Ethereal Blade, one-shotting Enigma, and that means free reign to go on that middle tower. Does Enigma have buyback? He does not, and now the middle racks are completely exposed, and I don't think Ehome can even do anything to stop it. Here comes a pipe. It was on its way, so still, now that the Enigma got it down, nice identified by burning. Here comes the reality of being casted. Beastmaster getting get silenced as Beastmaster's going to die, but still Hex and Shackle being used on X. X does have buyback. He's going to buy back and teleport himself back into the fight. Going to zip in, try to kill Burning, get rid of his Aegis at the very least. Ghost Scepter being popped in by Super, but Super's going to die as well. X just playing brilliantly, going to be able to get one more kill. No, he might just get shackled by Zippo. Burning comes with the E-Blade. No buyback on X, but Enigma is now back in the picture. And good job on CK, and DK is going to have to back up. What a desperate play by X, but that's well worth it. And no, DK going to go back on the offensive. My god.
Hey, why not? With X down, they'll be able to take this melee racks.
Well, they still have to worry about Enigma now that he's back.
Yeah, but they won't be able to deal any damage. With Storm Dead, it doesn't matter if you get Black Hold or not, because you just won't die.
Yeah, CK Phantasm is used. Will he go on the offensive? Just driving, burning back all the while. March Machines just slowing down the assault of Ehome. And looks like X will respond in 30 seconds. Will they be able to make something happen? Super just going to be able to teleport back, but still, every moment is a moment that X is going to be able to respawn. And DK, they might have to back up. They might have to wait for the next rush on. No, they're still making threatening moves because the creep equilibrium is completely in their favor. Yeah, DK.
What better time to do it than now? All of the lanes are pushing in. Storm is still down.
Oh, King J, what are you doing?
Part of it.
King J, what was that? as Roar is going to come in on QQQ. This is going to mean mid-racks for sure. Burning is beyond godlike, double kill, as looks like Tinker managed to pick up a kill. Chaos Knight buys back, but I'm still really baffled by King J's play right there.
I don't know. A lot of times what happens in a game that you've been just constricted into your base and controlled the entire game, you just get so impatient and you're just like, I'm gonna go blink and stun him and I'll show him who's boss, and then you just die. It really is, even professional players have a difficult time being patient all the time.
This is true, as here comes the Reality Rift. Chaos Knight did buy back. Will they be able to pick him off? Looks like Morphling doing insane amounts of damage. Burning always at full HP in all these engages. Adaptive Strike able to clean up the kill. Burning pops his magic on full HP, full mana. This is cool, as X is going to be able to teleport back in. Here comes a Blink Black Hole, catching 3 heroes. It looks like Storm will be able to pick up 1 kill. Here with the Light being able to pick up 1 more. Will they be able to kill Longity? Looks like X is completely out of mana, but Burning's going to have to retreat, morphing everything to strength. But still, mid-racks fell, Black Hole has been used, and a heavy kill advantage going for DK. DK looking in tip-top shape right now.
I think their next step is to take Roshan, which is now up, give it to the Morphling, and then break another lane of racks.
Yeah, it's only, was that level 1? No, level 2 Black Hole. Still,
yeah.
long cooldown. 160 more seconds before it will be up. Goal graph showing almost 17.5k advantage to DK. Morphling probably has so much gold to work with. Yeah, 5k.
Yeah.
That's
I just checked his gold per minute. He's finally fixed it. He's 607.
Ah, there we go. There we go, Bernie.
Much better, Bernie.
What are you doing? You're not hitting creeps. That's not a creep. You should be hitting creeps. Your gold per minute, dude. It's going down. See, it's already down to 603. My God, Bernie, what are you doing?
And yeah, they're just gonna take Roshan. Not a whole lot that Ehome can do about this.
Yeah, Ehome can't do anything. They're gonna try to pick up Farm and CK. Try to pick up. Well, Replica is level 2. I don't even know if it was casted. Probably. It's hard to miss a giant wall, but apparently I did. Morphling picks up an Aegis, picked up a full completed Manta style, just to say, yo, I got this. But it looks like Ehome took a fight as they're gonna jump on Zippo. He immediately takes the fall, but now here comes Burning. Here comes the rest of the DK reinforcements. Burning doing so much damage. Tinker picks up a kill. Morphling killing Keeper of the Light immediately. Burning half HP. He's going to be able to pick up QQQ. Yes, triple kill being picked up by Burning. Looks like Burning's going to get nade. Ultra kill being picked up just for giggles. GG called by Ehome. And they're going to take the fall. And this is the type of play I love to see from DK. DK shows so much talent, so much potential. And they just suffocate Ehome. And
they were on point.
Yes.
There's no other way to say it. They were on point. They did everything right.
Yeah, and looks like the 5-5 record in the past 10 might have been a bit deceptive. Might have ranged back from like way past a couple months ago. But DK looking very, very strong. So hopefully they'll be able to keep up this performance in International too. And hopefully at least keep up this performance in the Razer MiniMadness tournament. And we'll be bringing you more games as they come out, as we see fit. But yeah, what was your overall take on this game?
I think that the picks were great from both teams. I think that the 4-1-0 from Ehome was stupid and failed terribly, and I think DK responded perfectly by leaving Beastmaster there. And I think once a 4-1-0 fails, it's so hard to come back from.
Yeah, Keeper of the Light, like you said, pretty good with Storm, but just did not work out with that 4-1-0 strategy. And here comes a dire victory screen. So overall, I think Zippo probably played the best, but you still can't underestimate Burning. Managed to get his gold per minute back up to 625 at the end of the game, so nicely done. But overall, DK played that fantastically, but still, a lot of tough competition. Can't speak anymore. Tough competition remains to be seen, so we'll be back with you more games with the Razer MiniMadness tournament. Any last words, Shred Kid?
Nope, it was fun casting with you, B-Ballin'.
And with you, as always, so thank you all for watching. Follow ShredKid on his stream at twitch.tv/shred_kid. And when he gets his YouTube up and rolling, if he ever does, I'll be the first one to let you know. But thank you all for watching, and have a fantastic day.